Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? My name is Connor. You guys can call me Superior. Today, you guys did good. You did a good job today. Round of applause for you guys. You guys clicked on a damn good YouTube video because recently, on July 28th in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, it received a huge update. I believe it was over a gigabyte, which means it probably took you guys a lot of time to download it. So if recently you had to sit in front of your PlayStation for 40 minutes while it updated, well, this video is going to be talking about that and what kind of that changed to Black Ops 3. So what they did is they added a new game mode, Fracture, and they buffed and nerfed a lot of guns. But for the most part, the buffs and nerfs weren't that noticeable. Things like the Kuda had a little bit of a range nerf, but that's not really noticeable. The VMP had the recoil reduced a little bit, but that's not really noticeable at all either. But one gun was buffed in this patch that was just completely not expected at all. It was a gun that nobody had a problem with now, and everybody thought was balanced and wasn't overpowered, wasn't too weak. A gun that nobody expected. You probably guessed it by now by watching the gameplay, alright? And that is the Vesper. Right when Black Ops 3 came out, dude, the Vesper was a fucking powerhouse, dude. The Vesper during the race was one of my favorite guns. The VMP and the Vesper were my two go-to guns, alright? The Vesper reminds me a lot of the Scorpion Evil from Black Ops 2. High rate of fire, moderate recoil, and not much range at all. And, you know, those are two pretty similar guns, the Scorpion from Black Ops 2 and the Vesper from Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, when the game came out, like I said, it was one of the better guns, but then they nerfed it. They added recoil, they reduced the range a little bit, and it was just all around a less effective gun than when the game first came out. So recently, on July 28th, they actually essentially undid the first nerf they did to it, where they added more recoil, and they reduced the recoil. They made it a little bit more stable to where almost you don't need grip. You see in this gameplay, I'm actually running around with the new Vesper. I got this gameplay today, so the gameplay you're watching has actually gotten after the huge buff that I've been talking about. So I actually don't even have grip on the gun in the gameplay. I only have quick shot. I don't have red dot sight. I don't have any form of aiming assistance really on this gun at all. Like no grip, no anything. Well, minus quick draw. I guess that's a little bit of an assistance, but in this gameplay you can definitely notice that the Vesper now is essentially the Vesper with grip before. So if you put grip on the Vesper now, it is a complete laser rifle. I wanted to get some gameplay just to showcase the naked gun without a grip on it, but trust me, if you put grip on this baby and you're playing hardpoint, there isn't a single hardpoint you're not going to be able to clear. If you're playing capture the flag or domination, there's not going to be a flag you can't capture, an objective you can't capture, or anything like that, because the gun is just an absolute fucking bullet hose. Reminds me of running around with a death machine in zombies. Literally, I feel like I'm using a death machine from zombies. So the Vesper in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, I definitely say, is back to its normal self. When the game first came out, it was a beast. Then they nerfed it, and now they essentially just undid the nerf, returning it back to its original powerhouse form. I still would recommend using grip on it. Like I said in the gameplay, I'm not using grip, but you can see it still does have a decent amount of recoil. It's good at close range. Like at close range, you can pretty much hip fire them since the Vesper has a pretty small hip fire proximity. But once you get to medium range, you need to be a little bit more accurate because it does have a high rate of fire, and even if they reduce the recoil, it's still going to have quite a bit of recoil. So you do have to be careful. And definitely long range. Long range, this gun's still a piece of shit, alright? You're never really going to have a submachine gun, besides something like the Razorback, that isn't just completely useless at long range. Like, come on, now that's kind of an unrealistic expectation. But the Vesper is the new god gun in Black Ops 3. It's amazing, and I definitely recommend you guys go check it out. If you guys want to see more tip videos on the channel involving buffs and patches and all sorts of things, because believe it or not, video games are always changing. Whenever a developer puts out an update to any video game, whether it's Black Ops 3, fucking Zelda, or Pong, or Pornhub, you know what I mean? The entire game changes, because when they change how good a gun is, and they make a gun that was the best gun, they make it shit, then, you know, the whole flow of the game changes, and, you know, it's always a different game, and you really have to stay up to date with everything to be the best player in the fucking, in the entire world, really. So if you guys want to see more tip videos, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out.